Spark a conversation, verbal elation, stimulation, education. This is Menage with the MariJayne Maven. When we on the air, it's always a lituation. Might talk about some litigation, might talk about some immigration, might talk about some politics, but never talking nonsense. Yes, we on in the slide. Watch and listen, it's a vibe. Watch it while you getting high, or you can listen while you drive. Just don't forget to subscribe.
Roll up. Trying to get high.
Welcome to Menage with the MariJayne Maven Podcast with your host, the MariJayne Maven. I am the producer, the hubby. Follow us on all social media, Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. Show us some love and click that subscribe button now. Don't forget to click the bell so you get notifications and click the like button on the videos.
And now, your host.
What's up, everybody? Thank you so much for joining your girl, the MariJayne Maven. Welcome to, you know what this is, Menage with the MariJayne Maven Podcast. And before I get started, you guys know what to do. I'm going to be like everybody else. You want to comment, you want to like, you want to subscribe, you want to share, pound on those buttons. Make sure that you have notifications on so that you know whenever we have a new episode uploaded, whenever I have a live, whenever I just want to talk and I turn on the camera and I do that, you guys will be able to find that out. Also, please make sure that you guys visit my Instagram at the MariJayne Maven, where you can also find a link to my webpage. I wanted to mention that because your girl is now selling her just purposely and carefully cultivated cannabis topical, your little muscle relief, your little pain relief, and also my Butter Love whipped intimacy lube. So that's on there, as well as some of my merch. You guys notice here, this little logo. This is for my, I guess you call it secondary line within the MariJayne Maven merch, which is called E Cubed. Educate, eradicate, elevate. You know, that's my mission. So I am so happy to be back with you guys. Um, so this is the first episode of the new year. I like to be vulnerable and let you guys know what the hell I was doing, because I know when I love content creators and podcasts and I get on and they haven't created new content or podcasts in a while, I'm like, what the fuck are they doing? So I'm going to be honest, letting you guys know, I just really didn't feel the creative bug. I didn't feel like my content was going to be up to the level of what I want and what you guys deserve. Plus, the holidays are fucking ridiculous. Like, it's just, can we hurry up and get there? I don't want to be around people in the stores. Amazon, you may or may not get your package. Um, and then here in California, we had, I'm going to exaggerate because that's what I do. We had like 1,000 days of rain consistently. I mean, it was more like 3.5 weeks, but it flooded. It was shitty. All right. So just coming into the new year, I felt the need to make sure that I did my strategic planning, kind of set my intentions for the year. And I wasn't quite sure which way I wanted to go, but much like the universe does, she was like, bitch, shut up. Stop trying to control everything. Just go with the flow. And then all of a sudden, everything kind of came into fruition. So I did just get my LLC formed. There you go. I don't know why. Actually, 2 LLCs. But I am going to be out there doing my brand education. I don't like to call it being a brand ambassador, but cannabis companies really need people that care, that want to educate, that are knowledgeable, that are passionate, that are also individuals that utilize the medicine and believe in the plant, and really first and foremost, believe in our rights to be able to elevate and create the wellness the way that we see fit. And because of that, I am going to be venturing into a little bit something with my expertise. I'll be talking about that a little bit later. I'm going to be like Matt from Demo Ranch. I'm just going to go ahead and just keep dropping nugs. If you guys don't know Demo Ranch and you're interested in guns, good gun tuber. Um, Now, because this is Black History Month, I have to even it out because he's not Black. So on the other side, go and follow GHG Hustle, Chris TV, and Rambo Jizzle. He'd be so happy to know that I called him that. Rambo J. But they're young Black gun tubers who are doing it right. And it's good to see them grow. So I gave you 3 to that one. Anywho, I'm still blabbing. I miss you guys. And we do have a guest today. So it's not just going to be me blabbing away for, I'm only going to keep you for half an hour. My guest co-host knows that that's a joke. So before we get started, you guys know I love to start off each episode with a quote. This episode is going to give all shine to cannabis and to Black History Month. I think that Black History Month should be, I'm not going to say why is it the shortest month, because the gentleman who actually created it chose February, and he was Black. The more you know. Anywho, I do believe that each weekend of February should be a 3-day weekend. So we're going to be talking about the fantastic things that Black people do in cannabis and just in life, because, we're fabulous. So these quotes are going to be all by people that we wouldn't trade. Okay. We wouldn't pass them off, like a Stacey Dash. So the first one is, and it's all about cannabis. Cannabis sends a message of peace. So what if I'm smoking weed on stage and doing what I got to do? It's not me shooting nobody, stabbing nobody, killing nobody. It's a peaceful gesture, and they have to respect that and appreciate that. Quote unquote, Snoop Doggy Dogg. I can't believe I just said that. That's that's what our paler brothers and sisters like to call him. Next one, the man, Barry O. You guys know what that is. Obama. He said, when I was a kid, I inhaled frequently. That was the point. Bars. I mean, come on. He just continues to just say fantastic things.
He's
This
still in
one.
hell.
Oh, definitely.
Newport's is not doing it for him as much stress as he be getting.
As soon as he got on that train with Biden, hold that Black lady's hand, which I still want answers on. I still remember that. He rolled up right then. Look at the parties he'd be at. Look at his, I want to say 55th or maybe whatever his recent birthday was during COVID. They made a big deal. Everybody, that was everybody, and Black celebrity community and world was there. You cannot tell me Obama was like, you can't bring your, come on, can't bring your weed. You can't bring your Hennessy. Well, Black people like Casamigos now, so come on. Shelly looks like she's a gummy eater, so she may get you little gummies and, gets in that mood. Barry looks like he can maybe roll a backwood or two.
So,
All right. So Louis Armstrong, if you guys don't know, my God, okay? If you don't know who that is, I don't even have the energy to explain. But Louis Armstrong said, it really puzzles me to see marijuana connected with narcotic dope and all of the stuff. It is 1,000 times better than whiskey. It is an assistant and a friend, right? Because I say all the time, sativa is get the shit done strain right there. And last but not least, we all know, if you ain't got a good job and you ain't smoking weed, then I don't know what the fuck you were doing with your life. Cat Williams. Fire. Fire. He said the other good one too. Weed only makes you go to sleep.
sleepy, happy, hungry.
Sleepy, happy, hungry. Oh, he also said it just makes you not worry about shit. You'd be like, fuck them lights. I got candles I don't even light anyway. It's kind of true. All right, guys. So that is hopefully gives you a nice little frame of what this episode is about. I miss you guys so much. I love doing this, but I've missed my guest co-host. I talk a lot of shit to him, and he takes it. This is somebody that I admire in the world of cannabis education, being a content creator, a podcaster. I mean, honestly, we're cannabis journalists, and we are going to have a chapter in the story of cannabis and how it's going to become normalized and legal, just like it's meant to be. Um, he is the loser of game night, but he's also someone that I can reach out to. And it's always, it's always love there. And we've only met virtually and talked through the computer. But you guys definitely, if you're not following this individual, if you're not viewing his content, like how William says, I don't know what the fuck you're doing with your life. But welcome, welcome, welcome. Somebody I consider a friend, but also somebody that I said that I look up to as far as what he's doing within the cannabis community. Big Kurt.
Yeah. Man,
Hello,
it's
fam.
been quite some time.
It has. It
Been
has.
quite some
Since
time.
I think that Martin ass whooping, right?
Yeah, we good. Yeah, the Martin beat down.
You know, just
You got me. You got me.
I was like Otis. I was like, oh, you about to play. That was fun though. We did a trial, and did we tile that one, babe? Oh, wait, let me go back. I didn't even. My bad. My bad. Go back. So I forgot what I want to start doing now in 2023, at least for this year, is have AKAs when we introduce ourselves. So I failed to introduce my king, my truth, my love, my light, my biggest supporter, my man.
But I am the one.
He is the one.
That's him.
Hey.
He's him.
Yes. My producer. So, Kurt, I'm going to come to you, but I am the MariJayne Maven, of course, AKA Big Smoke. Shout out to cousin, AKA your boyfriend's girlfriend, AKA your girlfriend's girlfriend, AKA always elevated, AKA I can continue to go on, but I'm not. So I'll drop it as I'm an Aries. I'm a true Aries through and through. Now, Big Kurt, you got to give yourself an AKA. We're so many things. We're not a monolith. We're just so many things. So
For sure.
What AKA?
Man, it's your boy Big Kurt from the smoking section. Cloudiest room in the building. AKA, y'all is fucking with the ace. And y'all know we came to get high today. So, AKA, I'm the ace. Mr. Ace.
That's so Big smooth.
You like it?
You. I like it. I like it. Hey, so you guys also not only go follow, but make sure that you subscribe and listen and support to his podcast as well. I'm waiting to be on there. So when I'm on there, I'll definitely let everybody know.
Definitely gotta get you on there. Definitely gotta do that.
You reach out and people don't even reciprocate, but it's okay. Because he was, he's a little salty because he got his ass beat last, me and game night, don't even try it.
That's tough.
No.
That's tough. That's tough.
So, I love to talk about weed and music. Music is my boyfriend as much as weed is my passion. So every week I love to talk about a little bit of music and MariJayne. What is your slap? Doesn't it? Right? Scientifically proven. What is your slap or your song of the moment right now?
Like when I'm smoking?
Smoking, when you just anything like that song,
right?
That especially is elevated when you're smoking, you hear it. Like you just really relate to it. You feel like they wrote the song for you.
Oh shit. There's so many of them.
I know, right? I know. Man. I'm going through all of them, but I think I got it.
Right now, probably Windows Down by West Side Boogie.
Okay. I like.
That's my
Where you heard that before? On No Jumper. We've heard of West Side Boogie
It has
before.
Snoop Dogg. Snoop Dogg's in it, and I think that's it.
Oh, with the all the oldies but the goodies.
No, this one's a new one. This one's a new one. But
He not the one that he's in with Ice Cube and E40 and Too Short. That's not the group, right?
no, not
Okay.
Westmore.
When was
that's
that called?
that's Westmore. That's
Westmore.
There you go.
not Westmore right there.
Okay. Can we talk about Snoop? This nigga bought Death Row. And he was like, y'all don't even know what I got planned for you. He is doing so much. Movies. I mean, obviously 2 different music projects. And that's just what we know of right now. Going on tour, hosting shows, still kicking it with Martha Stewart. Still Corona,
Still kicking it with that lady?
spokesman. Yeah. I mean, I like to see shout out to him for his Super Bowl commercial. That lets you know how important you are in the world of consumerism, but just how relevant you are in the United States, into the culture. He's crossed over. He's done a great job at it. And I love to see, especially when you think 30 years ago, he was on trial for murder and didn't even know if he was going to be able to have a career. And now you can't even attempt to count your money next to Snoop's.
Doing the big.
I like that though. Yeah. So I am going to add that to my playlist. So I'm gonna let you know if it's trash. You'll get a message from me with the trash.
Hold on. Oh, you gonna add the windows down?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna see. I like it. I like new music. So mine, it's not new, but this week it came on, probably because I was high when I heard it. But from Certified Lover Boy, In Too Deep, the good old faithful Drake Aubrey Graham. And it's really just a track. I should have looked up who the producer of that track was. I don't know how these producers produce for Drake. It's like everything. And it's always a song about the strippers. And that just, I don't know why those speak to me so much. He loves them. He loves them. I'm sure he keeps like NDAs, DocuSign. Like as soon as he meets them, I sign this, and then we'll get you to the hotel.
Got you.
Look, bitches be signing it on lipstick, spit, blood, anything they can. And I mean bitches respectfully. Okay? Respectfully. So we wanted to talk a little bit about.
Wait, mine.
Oh. Sorry,
It's
I was
all
making sure that you didn't stop rolling the blunt.
I won't. Lil Wayne, Mr. Carter.
Yes.
Mr. Carter, okay, yeah.
I just want to smoke too.
Yes. So, proud mom moment. I wanted to give my sons, like my 14-year-old, a little affirmation, other than the affirmation that we do. But I wanted to let him know people are always going to hate. I'm not going to put my real legal name out there, but enter our last name. I say we always have haters. That's what makes us great. And he's doing that growing pains of fitting in and people telling teenagers are assholes. Okay. And because they're jealous and whatnot, saying things and he internalizes it, but he comes home and tells me everything. And I told him, I was like, son, you got summer hating on you because you hotter than the sun. Got spring hating on you because you ain't never sprung. Winter hating on you because it's colder than y'all. And I will never fall. And he looked at me for a second like, okay, my mother. All right. But I just told him, go listen to the song and just remember that part. People are always going to be your haters. The Seasons are hating on Lil Wayne. I mean, and he don't even remember that he broke
the
those.
Seasons. Fuck y'all, hating for no reason.
Yes. And I told him he could go to school and cuss and say that. I was like, tell them that.
Right. Tell them off for
Tell them that.
Told him to say one cuss word. Came back, said 75.
75. Long titty nipple have bitch. You guys know. Yeah. If that references to, please comment. Please, let me know. But we're getting ready for our spark and salutations.
Oh, yeah.
Yes. So I will let you know, last night was the first night that hubby and I went out since like Halloween. So if I'm a little tongue-tied, it's because I was drinking Modelo's till like 6 this morning. But that's neither here nor there. We're about to blaze up. So you guys know what to do. Get your indica, sativa, hybrid, get your dab ready. Get your cannabis drink like what Diddy would drink. Get your edible. Get whatever you need to get elevated. Let's get this started. So what are you smoking on today, Big Kurt?
Today, I felt a little fancy today.
You fancy, huh?
So I'm bringing some Bensky.
Somebody just told me about that when I did a demo yesterday. So you're gonna have to let me know about it. We do have the same brands. Look at that.
Yeah, and I also
Tell us a little bit
to
about
Las Vegas. I just went to Las Vegas not too long ago, December, but they had this shit out there too. I was like, oh shit, it's something familiar I see. So I was like, oh, this is pretty dope. But this is Peach July.
First, thank you for the invitation. I love Vegas. It was great. It was so good to see you. No, I'm kidding.
I was wondering,
So we'll go back really quick. Tell us about your experience in Vegas. And, it's like hotel, dispensary, hotel, dispensary. So did you visit a lot or just a couple of dispensaries out there? How was the experience?
I went to maybe like two or three. I think it was just 2 dispensaries. The first one I went to was called Pesos or some shit like that.
Mm-hmm.
But man, that shit, all I gotta say, that shit expensive out there.
Yes, it is. Up there.
I was like,
they act like they have special seeds and special weed
right.
that they're shipping in from like a rainforest somewhere. Like they really do.
Right. She was trying to, she was trying to tell us, she was like, yeah, we got some good stuff, blah, blah, blah. Where you guys from? I was like, oh, we from Washington. She looked like, oh shit, never mind. Y'all got better shit up there. I can't really try to sell y'all, you know what I'm saying? Y'all got good shit up there, so I can't really tell
that
y'all.
Changed her whole game, huh?
It did. She was like, oh, okay, well, we'll shop around. If you need my help, let me know. I was like, okay.
She's like, I was about to show you this dime bag. Fire. This is not fire. No, when I went in May to do the Bud Tender Awards, I took weed. First of all, I don't travel without. I have
allegedly she doesn't.
Allegedly,
I'm talking about my vape pen, and that's okay.
You can't barely find that either.
No. If they're listening to me, they are missing out because there's people out there doing way more than me with some pre-rolls.
Allegedly.
Pre-rolls of tobacco.
There you go.
I roll my own cigarettes.
That's right. Cig of weed.
But I did want to see the biggest dispensary on the strip. It's all the way at the end by Stratosphere. And I walked in. I felt like I was on a people mover. Like it was just people coming in, people coming out. Like, and I walked in and I was like, does that shit say $115 for an eighth? Nah. Not gonna do it. Not. Plus, I was at a weed event, so I can get weed from anywhere. So I didn't do that. Do you guys have strains out there or brands out there? We'll get back to Bensky after that. That you look at and you're like, who the fuck is buying this weed? Why are you paying this much for an eighth?
Man, I haven't seen nothing that. The most expensive weed, like for an eighth that I seen out here, was like $73.
Okay. Yeah.
It was like limited drops, and it was just like one of those. If you miss it, you miss it. But
Mm-hmm.
I ended up getting it because I wanted to try it. So I was like,
Yeah.
fuck, this is one time for me. I ain't gonna be buying no ace for that. I could have got this little goddamn quarter for this much. But yeah, I ended up buying it anyway. But it was worth it, but it wasn't worth it. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't think we should be paying that much for weed. You know,
at all. Like, what year is this? What like?
Yeah, for real. Like, what year is it? I thought that's what year it was.
Yeah. We used to pay $60. I don't know how the hell we were in college and we'd afford $60, but we did. But now you better not fix your mouth to tell me. And especially if it's low THC or, you know, the cannabinoids, the terps aren't listed, all that. I'm not doing that.
We were not paying $6 an eighth.
Fuck, yeah, it's crazy.
When we did, we were getting it from the bay. Sometimes we were, yes, but we always had hookups. But at first, that first summer, we were paying $60 an eighth.
No, okay, no,
fucking nuts. Yeah, that shit's crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, funny story. My cousin just went to Vegas and didn't want to buy out of the dispensary. Dude was sitting in the parking lot of the dispensary and was like, "Oh, I got you," and was like 4 eighths for $165. And I was like, "You know, you got robbed, right?"
You got robbed.
Hella robbed. Like, we just got an ounce last week for $60. So, I mean,
I don't see why anybody would go to a random person on the street when you
come on.
Just right.
Come on,
like, I guess you know who you going to cop from, but someone just going to a 7-Eleven talking about you need tree. Nah, man.
Yeah, we're not doing that.
Do they do that out there? Because they do it out here at the AMPM. They be like, it's like they are contracted with the AMPM to sit in the parking lot, take up a parking spot, and ask everybody if they need some tree.
I was in Vegas and I had some people do that shit. Like we're coming out of one of the casinos, and this dude just came out of nowhere talking about, I got that new gelato. That's talking hella loud. I'm like, bro, you a cop. You talking too loud. Like, I got that new gelato.
Right. Yeah. Vegas cops used to be so obvious.
Before it was legal, we was out there one time, and like 2 or 3 dudes came up to me, and I think it was my fraternity brother was with me at the time, talking about that want some weed. These niggas look like the feds for real. They didn't even look like they even smoked weed. They had button-down shirts on, khaki shorts. I was like,
the khaki shorts with hella pockets, and then thick ass socks, and then boots.
Right.
Just looking hella obvious.
Right, motherfuckers dressed like a Jehovah's Witness, but trying to talk about I got that bud.
Like, they'd even try to blend in with like a fake bottle of, you know, like a beer that didn't have a beer in it or something.
Right.
You know, they were just literally standing there looking.
Motherfuckers look like extras from movies and shit. Like, bro, come on.
Right. Using the wrong lingo. Right. Hey there, buddy. What's the haps? Like,
what's the haps? What's shaking?
One time, like 10 years ago, maybe more, I was out there and we had ran out of weed. And it was a nigga, he was outside, like, I got a tree for $20. Gave him 20. He opened up a soda cup, like the little, the big one from McDonald's.
Like 7-Eleven, like,
supersized cup. And was like, all right, he told me just grab a handful for the dub.
That's crazy.
When he came back to the room, because he was going to meet with somebody that he knew that was in town, and they were supposed to be hooking up some weed. And we had a good time. We went with plenty, but, you know, going to the strip club and all that, and went a little quickly. But I was upstairs getting ready, and he was like, okay, I'm going to go meet with them. He called me, and he was like, this dude faked. And I was like, what are you going to do? He's like, babe, I'll be all right. He goes, you know, I know how to find it. And I was like, don't be down there just talking to random people. So he was gone for probably like 30 minutes, and all kind of shit was running through my head. I was like, please be in hell. What am I going to do? We got this much money. Like, all this other shit.
30 minutes was just me walking from Luxor back to the Flamingo, though.
Yeah.
Because I went to Luxor and tried, and it wasn't, so I had to walk back.
And he was like, babe, it was cool. I was like, how did you know? He's like, babe, you know. He's like, you know the ones that you could be cool with. I was like, if somebody asked me, stranger danger. Do not ask me. I don't know what that
Right.
is, sir.
I mean,
Especially
one,
back then, though.
they're not using complete sentences. Hi there, sir. Would you like to buy some weed today?
Hello, nigga.
Right.
Putting the emphasis on the wrong letters and shit.
Right. What's good, my homie? Like saying weird
You hear
shit.
that?
Like,
You hear that new kid and play? Oh,
like, what
And
the
the true
fuck, man?
smoker won't even say no words. They just give you a look and be like, hey, you
True.
and stop.
Right. Yeah,
That's
yeah.
exactly what you're talking about.
to well, shout out to his intuition and to those individuals who obviously need to make some money. And this nigga didn't know what a scale was because we definitely got probably closer to a quarter. My husband has big hands, so he dipped up in there. So
For the
that was
20.
one of the times we were there for 5-6 days. We used to go to Vegas
Down there a
and
week.
just
Right.
put
No
up
kids.
like temporary
No
residency. Yeah.
kids.
Oh,
Yeah, I went to a dispensary called the Sanctuary. They had a little
Mm.
bit better deals. You guys been to the Sanctuary?
we
We
have
have
one out here. Yeah.
Oh, okay, nice,
Yep.
nice. Okay. Yeah, I went there. It was
Now-
better than the first one.
Somebody we know, she swears by it. She's like, oh, they deliver. They always got discounts.
But she buys Halloween.
Mm.
Like, I'm like, why do you have so many just different random ass eights? She's like, they were on deal. They were on da-da-da. And so I'm looking at the containers and she forgets that I go to the dispensary so I know what the prices are. And I'm like, well, yeah, you got $100 free, bitch. You spent $500.
Right.
Like, of course.
You better be getting some, yeah.
Yeah. Well, shout out to the Sanctuary. I not want to hold my tongue. The one here needs a little bit of customer service improvement. Y'all bitches that work there are not running the world. You work at one of many storefronts here.
Respectfully.
Who were we watching the other day? And he was like, no, not respectfully. Very disrespectfully, actually.
Omar, not Omar, Tay Diggs.
Oh, yeah, it was Tay Diggs. Yeah, the best man. Did you watch that?
Yeah. I haven't seen it in hell long, but I know, yes, I know which movie you're talking about.
Oh,
No,
the
the
reboot.
TV show.
Yeah.
Oh, no. I ain't know.
Yeah.
No.
So it's the best man. I don't
TV
know
show.
what but the little subtitle is something.
Reunion, wedding,
some shit like that.
Best
Yeah.
Man TV show.
So
Right.
first of all, it's a movie, but those of us that saw the first one and that can do math, these niggas should be a whole lot older than what their characters are. But they're in their 50s.
They were supposed to be in their mid-20s in
the
99.
90s. Listen to Color Me Bad and shit at the alpha party. And but now we're just in their early 50s. But
it starts off with the college years and then fast forward to when they're adult.
Mm.
I mean,
it's
just
pretty
does little
cool.
clips. Yeah. It's good though. You should watch it. It's on Peacock. So see how easy it is to talk about Black excellence during Black History Month? See, right there. Show recommendation for you guys. And it is good. It's like 10 episodes, maybe a little bit more than that.
I
Okay.
was only like 7.
I think it was
7 or
more
8.
than that. They're hour episodes, but they did a good job. I would say they did a good job. Tonight Lathan got on my nerves. Spoiler alert, I'll just let you know. She got on my nerves. I was like, you almost are as annoying as Love and Basketball. But so tell us about the Binsky. Is that how it's pronounced?
Yeah, Binsky.
Okay.
Man, I heard a couple of people call it Binsk, so I might be pronouncing it wrong.
See, people just throwing letters together, and they're like, "That's the name of our cannabis brand."
That's it right there. What's that say? People are like, shit. I'll say Binsky. Like, it looks like bench to me, but who the fuck knows how these niggas be coming up with this shit? But
right?
No, this
right
is a good brand. I smoked a few things by these guys. Had some pre-rolls. This is my first time trying the peach gelato. It was recommended by one of the ambassadors when I went to the Sean Kemp grand opening. They had all kinds of shit outside, so there was like
Yeah.
More than just them out there. There were other
All
cannabis
brands.
companies. Yep.
Yep. It's
So, but
one of the best things. I
hell
love
yeah.
it.
And when they got their table set up, they got a lot of free shit to give out too. So
Yes. Yes.
I'm
I be
like, hell,
telling people, they're like, "Can I have a sticker?" I'm like, "Go ahead. Have to. Have three."
take that. Go ahead. You want here?
It's good marketing. This person may put that sticker on the back of their phone and then be coming in for some other flower that they don't have or whatever product they don't have. They turn their phone around and they go, "Well, let me try this." Or they had an interaction with me and they're like, "That Mary Jane was fire. I want
Right.
all of what she was educating about."
Yeah.
No,
Give me
but those
some
events
time
are fun. Yeah, and it makes you feel a sense of community, you know?
for sure.
Do you ever find yourself at those events and still like in awe that you're at a weed event and not looking around for cops and like this gonna be shut
Hell
down?
yeah.
We gotta run in a little bit. Isn't it
Right.
still weird?
Sometimes this shit gets shut down though because I mean it's legal, but I don't know why they still
Farmers
be tripping.
markets?
They still be
More
tripping
farmers
sometimes though.
markets? Come on, you know why.
Yeah.
Come on. And I'm
Sound
sure
like
the community is well represented, which makes them nervous too when we're all getting along. Um,
definitely.
eh, I don't know what they think gonna happen because the weed community together, some of the most calm, friendly people that you will ever be around.
For sure. Like I ain't
There's
never
food
been
trucks at these
to
events, like, right? So somebody can get hungry or hangry because there's usually food at these events.
yep.
Um, you get to see the entrepreneurship because there'll be small mom and pops, maybe somebody that doesn't have to be licensed or regulated right now, showing that their talent and their purpose and being able to make a way for themselves as a new business and this new business sector. Um, so yeah, those events, those are dope. You guys get a lot of rain up there. So are these events outside?
Nah, most of them be inside. Sometimes they're outside because they got the the little setups they do, depending on
Yeah,
where it's at.
the
Depending
tents.
on where it's at.
Yeah. So tell us more about Sean Kemp and he has two shops up there now,
He
right?
got two shops now. Yeah, he had one on in Belltown in like Seattle City area, and this one's like on the outskirts of the city. So which is better for like I like that better. I think this location is a little bit better.
Mhm.
It's more easy access to get to it and all that shit. But yeah, he got
Is the
another
first one in like a downtown kind of trendy
yeah,
area?
so you got to
That's
park when 15-minute
mhm.
parking here. You better hope you get in
Yep.
15 minutes and get out. That's funny.
Yeah.
You don't want to
That's
get.
how the biggest ones, Cookies, his by Burner. His
Mhm.
main store is in downtown or midtown on probably the most populated street and the street that everybody takes down in downtown Sacramento, J Street. And it actually is right next to a big ass Bevmo and another business that was like a what do you call it? What do you call it? When businesses are like loved and um a flagship store, but a long-term part of the community. Like it
Mom and
wasn't a
pop,
franchise or anything.
mom and pop.
Kind of, yeah, but just like a long term, yeah, just a long term. Sacramento is made up, or it's dwindling, but of businesses that have been here 40, 50, 60, 100 years. Um, but with the resurgence of people just moving in and us being lower than living in the Bay and stuff like that, that's all quickly changing. It's becoming a little trendy, but that's where some of the biggest storefronts are. So his other location, is it more in a um, strip mall kind of suburban environment,
Nah,
or is it like in the industrial?
uh, I would say more like industrial, but they took over this old Bank of America.
Okay.
They flipped that shit. It's pretty nice. Like the first one he did,
Wow.
the mural like of like it was dope. The murals are dope, but the first one was on the outside of the building. Now the second one is on the inside of the building. So a lot of people come by to the old building and get pictures, but now you got to go inside to get the pictures because they put it on like the ceiling and shit.
That's dope.
So
I
yeah,
love
that's
that. We don't
pretty dope.
need brick and mortar banks, so let more dispensaries take
Fill
them
them up,
over,
huh? Okay.
right? Malls. Oh, I would take my. We were talking about a mall before we started. I would go to a weed mall. Oh
That'd
You
be,
man,
couldn't do it in a
that'd be
regular
crazy.
mall because all the kids and
right?
the robberies. Probably. You need
Yeah,
something
so
a
it would
little
have
more
to be an
secure.
adult. Yeah, so put it in a Sears and just like call it a Sears. Still, no kids will go in there. Uh, make it a Mervyn's. They don't know what a Mervyn's is. But that would be fire. And having like a food court,
Mhm.
a health and wellness section. Oh, we might need to edit this out, babe. I don't want to be still our idea. We might have to. might have to do. Might have to do that. So where he is now, I'm finding here as well, and especially by brands that are celebrity backed or owned, they're starting to put their locations in more of industrial warehouse areas. Um, I know that's from one of two reasons. One, more parking, less traffic, out of the way. But two, they are probably in planning to manufacture, and distribute as well. So it's good for them to have all that property all in one, kind of like a Amazon campus. You
Right.
got to. So, um, yeah, I'm gonna have to check it out. I'm sure there's probably some visual. You don't live today while putting a video or something online. Or you actually, I'm sorry, didn't you create some content from the grand opening?
I did. I did a video. So yeah, you'll be able to see like the mural inside. It has like Bruce Lee, Jimi Hendrix, just
Nice.
Seattle, just some Seattle shit up there. So
Nice.
it was dope. Yeah, Sean Kim came through. He was signing autographs for people, taking pictures with people. Yeah.
You still live there?
Yep.
Or oh, that's nice. Okay. So just love Matt Barnes, all respect. I know he still has property here and he has family here, and his brand is pretty much rooted here. It's like a Sacramento brand, but I
Mhm.
don't think he lives here on the regular. But you know, LA is a hop, skip, and a jump. Um, what are some of the big brands that you've heard of, if any, from California that you wish you guys got up there?
Oh man, I ain't even gonna lie. Like all the Cali shit that's going on right now, like that I've tried. Like, 'cause I ain't really tried nothing else but like the cookies and shit. So we got that up there, but there it is right there. Yep. So I can't. Yep, that's the first store. Yeah,
I
that's
will admit, I had a crush on him for some reason when I was younger.
Cool Camp.
Um, yeah, and I remember that's when I started trying to like relate to my dad. So I'd go sit next to him and watch the game. And I thought, well, everybody had a Sonics um, starter jacket.
Mhm.
Everybody, you either had that or the Bulls.
Right.
Um, and so I wanted one so bad. So I was like, well, if I sit here and talk to him about it, maybe he'll then be inspired to get me one for Christmas. Um, and I just remember looking at him and being like, kind of cute. And that was one of my first crushes. Michael Jackson was my very first one.
You said who? Michael Jackson?
Yeah,
Oh, yeah,
yeah,
Michael Jackson.
yeah. I was like 6 though. They had no business having a crush on anybody, but uh, so yeah, I shout out to him. I mean, actually, since like I said, we are talking about this is the Black History not only month, but 3-day weekend episode. I'm now dubbing this weekend of President's Day. Let's celebrate the Black people that are doing some amazing fucking shit. And, this could be a very long episode because we do a lot of amazing shit. But speaking of a celebrity who has gotten into the cannabis game, shout out to Sean Kemp because that's providing, I'm sure, some equity opportunities, providing jobs, giving back to the city, and allowing people to, once again, choose a good form of wellness and taking care of themselves. And somebody that was a, athlete, just because they're a little more vocal about it now, don't act like they weren't getting high and shit back then and, utilizing it to recover. Now we have proof to know that weed can definitely help with that. Does he have his own, I'm going back before I talk about Diddy here. Does Sean Kemp have his own strains?
No.
Hold up. So he just has a dispensary. So
yeah, there's dispensaries with brands and other brands in there. But I wouldn't, like, if he came out with his own strain, I wouldn't even be surprised.
yeah, his own brand. Especially if he's expanding to a second store, that's an
Right.
opportunity for your product to be the face. I mean,
Right.
I don't know if you guys have Connecteds out there. I don't think so. Connected's pretty big here in Northern California. And
Is that
they
a
have
brand?
their own line and own strains. Yeah, and it's
Okay.
it started as a dispensary. And then they, ventured out into their own brand, and they're pretty fucking popular, and they're pretty good weed.
That's
But that'd be
a
good
new
for them.
store.
I mean, yeah. And that just provides opportunities for him to find some cultivators and some new growers and allow
Mhm.
these people to get into the game legally to be taken care of. And I would think, I have actually no doubt in my mind that he would be providing opportunity to learn business, regimen, and to learn financial responsibility, and then to take this opportunity and grow it into some generational wealth. Oh, look at him. That's not how, is that it? He looks like the Allstate man from right here.
Nope. Nope.
He does though.
He totally does.
He does
Um,
though. Look it up. Are you in good
oh my
hands?
gosh, that right?
I'll all stay.
And he's not the Allstate rep anymore. It's the dude from Oz. But hey, Sean Kemp, I'm gonna send this to him. That way, that'd be fire to have him come down. His voice is so deep, I can't even do it. Come down and show me what you can.
So I'll
Get your
edit
hands.
this part out. But wasn't the rumor that Sean Kemp was like hella
Oh.
broke because he didn't have like the college education and he had messed off his contract? Or was that just a rumor? Or
Right. I have no idea, but yeah, I heard the rumors and shit. Yeah, but fuck.
I think,
I
I
have-
think he was one of the ones. And that's sad. And I was just talking about it. I met a customer yesterday. I was doing education for sauce bars.
Mhm.
Shout out to Sauce. And I met this young king, and he came over to pick up a lanyard, and we talked for 45 minutes. This is how I was talking to other people. We got to buy one, get one. Yeah, you can go ahead and you can choose this one. Okay. And I was just getting back to conversation with him because I just told him, I said, nobody else can meet each other. And as far as culturally, and get along and gel and understand each other like us. But we were talking about how cannabis is the new answer to getting people out of bad situations or changing their lives and improve their lives of their family, but doing it where you're not a modern day slave. And we were just talking about how there's just such a huge and on purpose execution to use our young Black men as entertainment, but to not make sure that they're well educated or, like I said, financially responsible, because it's like once we get out of you, hey. So
But part of his thing also is that he went straight from high school.
yeah,
Him,
my kids can do
KG,
it.
Kevin Garnett, they all went straight from high school. Kevin Garnett was lucky enough to get a TV
Who's that?
contract.
Right. Who's the other guy that went straight from high school too?
Kobe,
Well,
LeBron,
that worked out for him.
McGrady.
Yeah, McGrady. That's McGrady. Trace
Oh,
McGrady.
because he's the one that went back because he promised his mom he would finish school.
Nah, that was Vince Carter.
Oh,
Oh, was that
Vince
Vince Carter?
Carter. Yeah,
Yeah.
Vince Carter, but he did 1 year of college, I think.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
so
Vince
my
Carter
son
went to
plays
like North
basketball.
Carolina or something, I think.
Our son plays basketball. Just finished his only
His-
first freshman year, his freshman year, and he
So,
wants to go to UCLA. He wants to play in the NBA, and I'm like, it will happen. That's what you want to do, grades and everything else. But I am staunch about he needs to go to school. That NBA contract will be there when he has that degree. Yeah, because anybody can get in there and blow their knee in game 2, and then you can't read,
it's
or
over. Yeah.
you know, and then you spent your advance throwing the parties and
Yeah, I thought it was a good idea that they used had to go to 1 year of college. Now they're going back to straight from high school. These kids are already
they're not
lazy
ready. They're-
as it is, respectfully.
Okay, I don't know if they'll listen to the podcast. I have to tell the story real quick, then we'll get on with it. We know that hubby is an educator. One of his students who is getting ready to graduate, he's about to be a legal ass adult. Okay. In the world with us. He said, "Hey, coach, do you know who Camila Harris is?" And hubby thought he was talking about like a student or somebody like TikToker. He's like, "No, what?" So another girl in the class said, "Do you mean the vice president, the first woman and the first black vice president, Kamala Harris?" And he says, "Oh yeah, whatever." And hubby's like, "You are dumb. If you do not get some type of scholarship to college, you are going to be the best manager at Taco Bell."
Now, in my defense, I've worked there for 8 years. Never called a student dumb or stupid or anything.
And it's one of
But
his
him
players. He coaches the
and
team.
the other senior varsity basketball player are dumb as rocks. And then they say dumb stuff every single day when they come to class, and they get mad at me when I laugh at them and point it out. Like, it's not my fault y'all said something stupid.
Right.
Like, one of them was like, "Is there a difference between a heated pool and a hot tub?" Well, he said jacuzzi. A heated pool and a jacuzzi? I was like, yeah. He was like, how? One's just smaller. I was like, oh my gosh, you're so
They're completely
ignorant. What do you?
different things.
And then proceed to argue after seeing definitions of temperature. The
Right.
jazz out.
Poof.
Jacuzzi's a brand. It's not even.
enough.
It's called a hot tub. But no,
Right.
I'm just gonna call it a pool. He's like, I'm just gonna call it a pool. And then we're talking about probability, and the problem was you had to roll a die. He was like, "What's a die?"
This
I
motherfucker.
said, "You know what dice are?" He was like, "Yeah." I was like, "Well, just one of those." He's like, "That's stupid. No one says that. If I went to the store and said, 'Can I get a die?' They wouldn't give me that."
Hey, let me get a
Dumb as
die.
rocks.
That sounds crazy.
I mean, what he said about Kamala. He said, I just thought she's the lady that be up at the White House with the president. That is what he said. And was with all seriousness, and just like didn't see the problem in why he thought she was just a lady. And I'm sure he probably wanted to say bitch. The bitch that
Right.
be up at the White House with the president,
Yeah.
behind the president all the time. Like that didn't make you like. Yeah. So just a multitude of things that add to the fact that they need to go and get as much education as possible. I mean,
Right.
we're falling behind China, and they're sending spy balloons over just to verify
that
what they
shit?
already know.
Yeah, I see that shit. They shot that motherfucker down.
Yeah.
And then they shot down 3 more
3 more.
UFOs.
Yeah, that's what I
Yeah, but
heard,
they're
man.
called
What's
UFOs.
up with all this UFO sightings and shit these niggas talk about, man? Like,
Is other stuff flying? All UFOs unidentified flying object.
right,
So the
It's-
drones. Could
we
be
don't
a
want to tell
UFO.
you. We don't want to tell you. So
right.
An
True.
airplane
Don't
without
give
the
me that.
number, little tag on it that all airplanes supposed to have is a UFO. But they don't. mind washed us to think that it's always about aliens. So now they put on the news. We're gonna shut down 3 UFOs. It might be aliens. It might not. They're not saying.
Right before the Super Bowl, they shot down one about 3 hours before. Like,
before like the Super Bowl?
yes.
Oh shit.
Yes. Like, come on. And Biden don't know what's going on. So he just believed whatever. They were like, it was UFO, sir. And he's like, oh, okay.
That boy's slow, man.
Well, these things have always been up in the air. We just weren't looking for them before, but now we're looking more closely for these things. So we're just seeing more of them now. I'm
and
like,
it
so
pisses me
people
off.
could just
They
fly over
think
the
we're
United
so stupid.
States.
Just what? Nigga, what?
This is one of
What
the
did you
safest
just-
countries out there. No one's just flying over the United States and y'all don't know what's going on.
Right.
You can't
That's
take
what
a
I'm saying.
laser from the ground and shine it in the air, and you'll get in trouble for that because, like, we just let shit fly over our airspace, and we're just now seeing it. Yeah.
Right. That shit was floating in for how long until y'all seen that shit? Like,
It
come
went
on.
from one side of the United States to fucking North Carolina. It
Motherfucker-
started in, I think, Montana is when they saw
Alaska.
it.
That's some,
Started in Alaska, and then they seen it again in Canada.
Yeah.
that's crazy.
Oh, and Trudeau was like, nah, mm-mm.
Well, they shot one down over Canada or in between Canada and Alaska or something like that.
And Trudeau gave the like press conference like, it is what it is. Don't fly over my space. So I did what I had to do. While Biden, but that's because he didn't know what he was talking about. And he was just reading as well as he could. He's just like, well, you know, we went to the bottom of the ocean, bullshit, and got the antenna. So, bullshit. You guys didn't start saying that it was even a Chinese balloon for sure until the other 3 got shut down and had been a week and a half of having questions asked, and you guys didn't say shit. So then it was like, oh, now we got all this information on the Chinese balloon. Y'all listen, but don't think about the other 3 because we're gonna say they're UFOs.
If you could go to the bottom of the ocean, why don't they get those planes that crash in the middle of the ocean? Why those be just disappearing if they could go to the bottom of the ocean?
Right.
Amelia Earhart has been down there for decades.
And those big fish that you'll see pictures of every once in a while when they do like
Oh,
deep
yeah.
sea diving.
Right. Yeah.
You ain't going to the bottom of the ocean.
Those prehistoric ass, like,
His ass still going down there.
Right. Like, come on. And if we do have the technology to take submarines down there where they can then retrieve it, stop holding so much shit in. But this is going a whole nother way. But so to just refresh on the stupidity
it is President's
of,
Weekend, so
it's Black people, it's Black excellence. It is so this is going to go into Diddy. Somebody he should run for, oh no, I was gonna say he should run for president.
For what? So we wouldn't vote for him?
Let me not say that. Respectfully, Diddy. I'd rather you, I don't even drink Ciroc, but now
He be out here having everybody walk to go get cheesecake. Or a stimulus check. But hey, if y'all walk to go to Junior's, I'll give you a stimulus check.
Yeah. First one make it there.
Sugar cookies.
Right.
The first ones that can put together a super group by themselves, be trained, have the dance, music, everything. You're all on my cabinet. Y'all all secretary, you just
make a fucking TV show out of it.
But it was told to be a TV show. Just stay right there. But we will have another another Barack. And you know, or Baraka. America is never going to vote in a Black woman with a name like Baraka. So you got what I was saying, though, guys.
It's about to be Shelly.
Look, Shelly better be enjoying her years off. Her daughters is probably at the age where she's like, Mom, you know, and so Shelly, stop playing.
She's gonna do what Hillary couldn't do.
She may come out in 2024. Knock everyone, just surprise us. I'm kind of psychic. So
political.
I'm gonna make bumper stickers. I'm gonna say Shelly 2024. Okay, so 2028. Nope. Take that back. 2032. How old is Michelle Obama now?
2032.
Can you look her up? Because I just want to see what her age. I'm manifesting now. I'm about to make a Facebook group, hashtags. I'm about to get it going. Okay, so let me jump back. And we were talking about Sean Kemp. Shout out to him. But Diddy is the newest celebrity and billionaire to get into the cannabis industry. Now, the positive here, and this isn't brand new news. It is to me. This was from November, but he has purchased Cresco Labs, or hold on, let me see here. Not actually, he's acquired the assets in 3 states from Cresco Labs and Columbia Care, creating the first minority-owned, vertically integrated, multi-state cannabis brand. I thought my brand was on. The MariJayne Maven lifestyle, wellness, education, and event brand. I thought my shit was long. So, see, I'm a genius like Diddy. It can be as long as you want to.
Hey,
Um, I am interested in finding out what he's going to do because his first plan is to provide a lot of opportunities to cannabis businesses and storefronts in New York, which I think is good. Because if you guys remember, when New York hadn't quite gone legal yet, storefronts was popping up like, I don't know what the fuck you talking about. You talking about it? I'm gonna be about it. They was out there just with solo cups and just regular ass smoke shop scales. Just here. Just yeah. All out in the open. The cops didn't do shit. The cops, I think, came in on the brakes. Like, and the state was like right in our faces. But this is going to be able to speed up the process and provide some much needed and what's super imperative to making sure that cannabis stays where it should be. People of color and those that have been disenfranchised the most from it. So this is a good opportunity. I'm interested to see what he will do. He acquired a $185 million worth of assets. I mean, can you imagine not even batting an eye? That's like him spending $1,800. Like nothing, nothing. And math or financial lesson, that wasn't cash, guys. That wasn't like just, I'm sure that wasn't just like bow, bow, bow. He didn't write a check, but he's integrated within his investments. But still, I don't have $185 to buy a company right now. So 185 million.
What's his
right.
name from Atlanta? Tyler Perry.
Mhm.
He's donating like 7.5 million over the next 5 years to like golden age people. I don't want to say elderly, but like 60 and above type people towards their not income tax, the housing taxes, the estate
Wow.
tax.
Wow.
Yeah. Like he's doing like 500,000 a year over the next 5 years or however
He
long it
can
is.
make a
So,
Medea movie every month if he wants to. He is such a good philanthropist. Like he makes sure that his money's spread for a good reason. I mean, he created that entire studio.
Yeah.
And look, I'm not mad. People are, some Medea movies are just really trash. But Black people, we know that we like them because they are so very relatable. Um, he's I, that makes me proud for him.
he made a $750,000 donation to help low income seniors in Atlanta.
That's awesome. Instead of these people that have lived in their properties for years, probably, or suffering because of COVID,
To stop the
he's going to help
displacement
them.
of the seniors.
Oh,
He didn't want them to keep losing their houses.
that almost makes me gonna cry.
That's
That
Black
is
excellence.
wow,
Yeah, he helping out. He doing
wow,
his
man. That is fabulous. I mean, so many of our prominent celebrities are good philanthropists. I do not like LeBron. Like I call him Bron with so much disdain, though. Like, okay, Bronny, I do not like him and his disappearing hair. Let it go on the court. Outside, I love although I'm not too sure about him rebooting House Party. Like, that just didn't need to be done.
Yes, did
But
you see that movie?
is it out yet?
Yep, the new House Party.
Shut up.
Yep.
I didn't even know.
Yeah, I haven't seen it though, but
Yeah, I wasn't, it wasn't on my list. It wasn't like House Party, Wakanda, a Black Panther. It wasn't like that. I mean, we may sit, I don't know. I don't know. I may get high and like be doing something else and have it on just because
right,
I want to support. Um, because the support is going to allow him to continue to allow other Black creators to get their start.
I watch it to see how trash it is.
Well, you're a
Like,
movie buff.
but I-
He will watch a movie. He other than like movies
You-
about animals and shit.
you
Like,
can learn something from a baby, so why not?
yeah. I mean, you're not gonna watch like a 2-hour movie about penguins, but he will watch.
I watched the little penguin in Alaska thing where they be mating and running across, and it's barely
Are you serious?
National Geographic.
Oh,
I've been high and
my
watched that.
gosh.
Absolutely. You've never gotten high and just turned to something and then been like 30 minutes later.
Bob
What the
Ross.
fuck am I watching?
right.
Like that.
Hey, this is kind of lit, but I don't know what the fuck it is.
Right? Exactly. You're watching two animals mate, like, what the hell?
I'm not gonna lie. I
Or a
did used to
gazelle
watch
getting
National
eaten by a
Geographic.
cheetah. That's like some tight shit to see when you high. Like, oh, you about to get
when
away.
we first got
Oh,
together,
no,
you
he
did.
didn't.
Yeah. He hates commercials, so he would change the channel, and whatever next channel had a TV show on, he would stop there. So I was like, all of a sudden, we're watching
We,
whatever, like
before
the most
TiVo
random shit.
or whatever we got now, where you, on demand where you can rewind. We missed half a hella shows. Had to wait until it came back on rerun.
Oh yeah.
I done got high and forgot, changed the channel, forgot to go back.
Right.
How do we deal now? I couldn't even imagine like that 90s show. My boys are waiting for it. I was waiting for it. I couldn't imagine having to wait every week to watch a show now. Like that is just what?
That shit, yeah.
Get y'all shit together, record and put it out. Like let us binge.
Right. Real. Because you start watching one, you be like, man, what's the next one?
Right? Like
And
our things we get on one and then we watch it all and then we're like, shit, now we gotta wait another like year. Like The Mandalorian.
right.
I swear that's been off for like 2 years.
3.
That's
I think it's 3. COVID messed it up. I really think it's
What
3.
what show?
The
Mandalorian on
Okay,
Disney Plus.
Yep. I
I
ain't
watched
watched
both seasons like at the beginning of COVID when I was first off of work.
that.
And the second season had already came out and ended. So it's been like 3 years. Or at least by the time we come back on.
Watch has been like 8 months into us. It's like it's been decades.
Hella long. Yeah.
So speaking of, you saw it, babe?
First question. Favorite TV show to smoke to?
Oh, look at you. I was getting ready to stroll right into that. I was gonna ask first if he had seen Black Panther, but then getting into that.
have
So
not
have you
seen
seen Black Panther too?
Oh,
What?
yeah.
And now it's on what,
You guys seen
HBO
it?
Max?
Actually?
We got it streaming. We didn't go to the theater
Disney.
for it.
It's on
Disney Plus.
Yeah, it's on Disney Plus now.
Oh, the new one is?
Mhm.
It just came
Oh,
out
shit.
2 weeks
Yeah.
ago.
I
Yeah.
guess I'm watching
We
it.
watched it.
I didn't
We
even
watched
know
it
it was
last
on.
week.
Oh,
It's so
shit. Was
good.
it good? Okay.
It's good.
Do not
Even-
watch a movie called Fear unless you just want to support T.I. or whoever else made that
Or Black.
movie. Black
Was it-
dude,
What's it called?
Fear.
Fear.
Yeah,
Terrence
okay.
Day was in it.
Yeah.
Oh, the black dude. Isn't he the one that did it?
Hmm.
Burris?
He said that.
Hmm?
Is it trash?
Hannibal Buress.
No. The light skin one, the one that
Key and Peele.
no.
You talking about?
The good one. He just had a TV show about his family out for a while.
No. He didn't do it.
Oh, I thought he did
No.
it.
So there's this cannabis brand out here.
Mm.
They were kind enough to buy out an entire theater, and they were like, "We want to allow you guys to come see this new movie, Fear." So I've been trying to get this brand on the podcast, and I met him doing a demo, and
Mhm.
so we talked back and forth through Instagram here and there. And so I hit him up. I was like, I would love, free date night for me and the hubby. And so I'm gonna go forward a little bit. We'll go back and talk about the quality of the movie. But at the end, he had his videographer going around asking people what they thought. And I'm like right to the side of the camera and being like, this movie was, oh my God, it was horrible. And then one of the owners came up to me and was like, yeah, my friend, has directed and produced this movie. And I put a little money into it. So we're so proud of it. And I was like, oh, congratulations. Now, if you get into the entertainment industry, you got to be able to have a thick skin. So I will say, I mean, if it gets on Netflix, um, go ahead and turn that bad boy on. Get high and stay high.
Don't do it. It's stupid. And I watch movies. Like if I could have left out of there, I would have. You could tell what's about to happen in the first 10. Like it's not even foreshadowing. They just come right out and tell you what's going to happen in the whole movie.
It was a pretty much all black cast. Oh, King Bach was in it. That's what you talking about?
No.
Oh, because I don't like him either. But it was all black cast except for Tommy from Power. He's in it.
Okay, yeah. I've seen that. It's in there.
He is so the opposite of Tommy. Like he was actually kind of getting on nerves and how fucking nerdy he was. But yeah. So don't let somebody say, I got some movie tickets. Be like, no, you don't. Not for me. Not today. So what I wanted to do for this episode before I let you go.
Just start movies.
Yes. I wanted to just set like I said, this is a 3-day weekend. Just extra time to celebrate Black excellence in Black History Month. So I saw so many people the other day on Friday when I was doing a demo, and I'm like, big plans for the weekends. We got Mardi Gras going on, a whole bunch of events. Some people are like, I'm about to get high and stay the fuck at home. And I'm going to say good 70% of people, that was their response. That somebody was barbecuing and just chilling. So that just kind of made me think, what would you need to cultivate the best cannabis, high as fuck, 3-day Black excellence, 3-day weekend within Black History Month? So what is your favorite movie to smoke to be high during, to quote, because it's just that iconic?
Man, everybody's response would be like Friday and shit like that. We were like Friday.
My mom's in there. About to go to work though.
Better go work.
I know you don't smoke weed.
I
know this, but I'm gonna get you high today. Cause it's Friday, you ain't got no job, and you ain't got shit to do.
That's just classic shit right there. People will get high and watch that because it's not only funny, but it's like that's where everybody kind of got their kickoff and like it's like stardom. I mean, we all knew
was known already. Yes,
but and like everybody knew Ice Cube, but after that, everybody like, damn, this motherfucker put together one of the funniest hood movies. You know what I'm saying? Like that's just funny.
And because it was the antithesis of Doughboy,
right?
So that was playing into what everybody already thought of him, what his public opinion was,
right.
Or perception was. But he's so much more than that, and he showed. I mean, look, Ice Cube has gotten a lot better at acting. I mean, respectfully, this is
for sure.
Are we there yet? It was a stretch of acting there. Those kids.
He went a different route with that too. Like that was hella different from what he'd been normally doing. Like
yeah.
He pulled this off.
He made a crossover great, and then he came back in old age and was like, "Fuck you and everybody. I am rich. I'm old. My son's taking over as a serious actor now. I'm in my 50s. I'm gonna talk shit and like it or love it."
Right.
But Friday he was getting his chops. He was getting his acting chops. But another great thing and contribution to our society from Black America. That entire movie was written was written by DJ Pooh, right?
I was about DJ Pooh and Ice Cube. I was about to say, have you heard the song Jacket for Beats?
Yep.
DJ Pooh was in that video. He's one of the dudes being chased in the video.
Oh shit! Yeah, I didn't even know that.
It just came across my YouTube and I watched it. I was like, that's DJ Pooh. And then
I'm in the shower and he runs in to tell me, and I think something's wrong. First, he explains what Jackin' for Beats was. He's saying it as if I didn't know. And I was like, yes, I know. And then he told me that. I was like, well, shit, didn't they say they went to, like, grew up in the same neighborhood or went to junior high school or, they're Black people cousins? We all have cousins that are not actual cousins.
That's cool that they just were able to even stick together that long and still be putting each other on.
I mean, you see it so much now. So actually, he was doing it before, like Judd Apatow or like Seth Rogen. They all kind of, use same actors and they're friends and they have their little acting collective. But Ice Cube was doing that already back then. Because then you had The Wash, but that was Snoop. But he still.
DJ Pooh wrote part of it, I believe, but Ice Cube wasn't in it.
Oh.
But Dr. Dre was.
Oh yeah, he was. Now he was bad acting. Good Lord. Yes. And that movie, good. So bad. It was so bad. And like, he acted so bad that I believed that he was afraid of Snoop. Like he really was shook.
The light-skinned chick was my cousin's ex-chick.
Like, what y'all here doing? Making a promo?
Yeah, that one. The one that was popping it. Yeah,
my brother-in-law likes to tell us that every time that movie has been on. Like, we're like, really? Shut up. We didn't know that. But that's a movie. We didn't have that on the list. So I like that you said Friday because we kind of came up with a list to see if we agreed. But The Wash is one. That's not gonna be on the list because we didn't already have it. But I will say How High.
Like that shit, smoke that shit, pass that shit.
The original one, not the whole MTV DC Young Fly remake. Like, okay, some of y'all may like that. If you love TikTok and use TikTok as television, then you probably thought that was funny. But the original High with Method Man, Redman, Lark Voorhees, which if you guys don't know, Lisa Turtle, Saved by the Bell. Great fucking, great movie. Great high-ass movie. Mike Epps slapping with the baby powder. That was some good shit right there. Opposite, what was his name? Pinkelstein?
Something like that.
Yeah, so we had a cop like him when we were in college, and we called him that. And he thought we were giving him like a nickname. But that was when the real asshole cops came into the city. So, do you have another movie suggestion or one that you just love to, you just flipping and it's on and you're like, oh, okay.
Right.
I see this.
Oh man. That's let's see. I don't know but when it comes to like getting high and shit, you get high, you watch a movie and shit, but sometimes you gotta hit that Netflix and get a series on, binge watch that motherfucker. Because sometimes one movie ain't enough when you're high. But
and especially if you're just chilling. When you got food, you ain't gotta get up. Yeah.
You ain't gotta get up, you ain't gotta do none of that. But I like watching The Chi though. The Chi is like one of those ones I like fucking with. You guys fuck with The Chi?
We have never, I think maybe we watched an episode. But no, we haven't watched that. I will be honest, I just watched The Wire during COVID. I was always like, I don't want to see that just sadness and just
right. That shit was crazy.
Black people. That shit was so good. I was waking up when I was going to sleep because I was staying up to like 3, 4, 5 in the morning.
Right.
waking them up going, what happened? So I know they're alcoholics and shit, and they're doing some undercover shit. Where's Omar? Like, where is, I became so invested. And then especially when they had the season where the kids were so much of the focus, Michael B. Jordan.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I
And
completely
Dixon.
got invested in. Yeah. That fucking great show. Fucking great show. And I was only 15 years or so.
How many seasons they got of that shit? There's hella seasons of that shit, right? Like at least like 12, right?
I don't even know. I just watched it till it stopped playing.
Like, yeah. We really watched it at the beginning of COVID. So it was right when he had to start teaching from home. The kids were going to school. I was just waking up, rolling over, flipping on the TV. So I think I watched it in maybe 9 days.
Oh shit.
Maybe 14. Yeah. It was a good show. Good show. If they remade that though, I want to see like a little diversity in who's out there, doing the dirt.
Right. Yeah.
Don't just make it all. First of all, don't make it in Baltimore because I can't listen to them and their accents.
It started off with the white people doing the wrong stuff. They was just doing it from the union. They was doing it a different way. But that's how
they do it. That's how they do it.
Whatchamacallit?
You talking about the old dude?
No,
The young dude?
the young dude that was in the movie. And then remember his little cousin was like had on the fake jacket and all that. They worked on the docks. They were stealing shit.
That kind of like the little Soprano storyline but they were like Irish.
Yeah, something Polish.
Yeah.
The dude from Law and Order, who always be trying to kill Olivia.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. We speak in TV and movie, guys. But that's a good one. Netflix is good for that. Making a Murderer, that shit. That's how Tiger King, especially during COVID. Hi, watching that shit. Like, do you see what's going on here? Netflix is good for some documentaries.
Yeah,
it's good. It's good. We're combined because we have TV and movies. So since you kind of went Netflix, you went the Shiloh TV show. I'm going to throw in there The Office.
I ain't watched that.
So fucking hilarious. I don't get people that say they don't get it or they haven't watched it.
You guys both watch that?
So many times. Like
I ain't watched that.
Oh my gosh. If you don't get on The Office,
especially
when you're high, it's
hilarious.
It's hilarious. It makes me want to go back to working for somebody if I can work in office just like that, with those same people, with that boss. Just
the first 2 seasons are kind of slow, but it becomes very hilarious.
Yeah.
Like tears in your eyes, crying.
Yeah. And it's funny because it's true, because we all know some overcompensating boss, but who's also trying to overcompensate and be like cool, be hip and everything. We all know somebody like him, and he is just a loving, kind-hearted idiot, but just the best kind. It's a great show. It's a great show. So some of our listeners might be like, what the fuck are you talking about? But I'll make it up with this one. Martin.
That's why you said that.
Wasn't there a
Can't go wrong.
trivia game?
I was gonna say,
to Martin?
Did that give you a little PTSD there? Did you feel the ass kicking? You thought I was right there?
Okay, stand that intro. Turn that off.
So
no, it's funny that you said the Martin though, because I was just watching the Jamie Foxx show. I watched the first season, the second season, like last week. I was like, let me throw something on that's classic.
That's hilarious. And it's funny now that Fancy is on Real Housewives of Beverly Hills and they're just killing the game against some white ladies. And she's beautiful. She's beautiful. But she looks just like she did on Jamie Foxx. But thank you for reminding me of that, because our oldest son, he has a mission to watch every Black 1990s TV show, early 2000s. And he's serious. When
Oh, he got some
Moesha
good ones.
and when Netflix, when they did the whole, we're getting all the CW, basically, all the UPN shows. He watched all of them in maybe 3 weeks. This was during COVID too. Um, he just
Little
finished
nigga supposed to be
Martin.
in class. They were watching TV.
He still got straight A's out. I wasn't mad at him. But he would come busting in our room and he goes, "Mom, do you know that?" What was Moesha's dad's name? And because he remembers the name. I was like, "Who was that?" Whoever Moesha's dad was, is Ray J's dad. And I'm like, "Son, it's a TV show." And I knew that 20 years ago when it was on air, maybe.
Right.
He loved the fucking show, but he's one of those. So he just watched Martin. I was cooking dinner, and it was the episode where they went on the island, and that ain't no damn puppy. I didn't even have to be watching it. I was just listening to it while I was cooking, and I was dying. Martin is high or not.
This boy saw the episode with New Jack City, and I was like, I don't want to watch New Jack City now. And then proceeded to watch New Jack City the next day.
Because he
Like,
don't
now
get
it
it.
makes more sense.
He goes, he questions everything. He has to understand everything. So he's like, "Mom, why does Martin have a fake dog?" And I was like, "Oh, New Jack City." And I was like, "You can watch it. 14, you can watch it."
Right.
30 minutes later, we hear, what's the song? Oh my God, something in the city, whatever their opening song is. We hear that full blast because he watches every movie like he's in the movie theater. Love for the city.
I
Love
can't
the city.
remember right now.
It's gonna kill me. It's like right in the back of my head. Anywho, you catch what I'm saying. So he watched it and he's like, that made the episode even funnier. He went back and watched the episode after he watched the movie. And then he decides to tell us, "Sit your $5 down with $5 ass down."
Go for a rate change.
Thank you. Oh my God. That blunt was good. Apparently. So do you like adult animation? Because that's one of my favorite things to watch when I'm high. Like Simpsons. I mean, that's kind of old, but
Well, yeah, I like fucking with the Boondocks.
Don't let the builder refuse. I
Yeah,
am
those-
visual, the inspiration that made ladies sing the blues. I'm the spark that makes your idea bright. The
This
same
is
spark that lights
crazy.
the
I love
dark
this.
so that you
so good. So good. So I did a podcast. You guys should check it out. The Boondocks podcast. We did 3 out of the 4 episodes or seasons. You guys know what I'm talking about. And this isn't planned, guys. We just happen to have, he sang it and it's right there. You know, that's because that's true. No, Boondocks, greatest ever. I really wish that the reboot, or not the reboot, but the continuation was still coming out. They had everybody on board, and then RIP Pops, John Witherspoon, but his son, who sounds exactly like him, auditioned for it and didn't get it. And then after that, they decided they weren't going to do it.
Well, he didn't get it, huh?
He didn't
sounds
get
just
the
like
role, and just like them, like just like them. And the creator was like, "I'm not going through this again. Like, we're not gonna." That's the whole reason why, the last season wasn't that good, because he left. So he's in my opinion, that man is a psychic or a warlock or something, because so many of the Boondocks episodes foreshadowed real shit that happened years later. And he's genius though. I mean, Regina King, genius. How do you do Riley and
that was crazy when I found that out.
like, and they don't sound alike. So who
Not at
knew
all.
that Brenda from 227 was a talented voice actress?
That's
Like,
just,
yeah. I don't know who I love more though, Huey or Riley, because Riley just says shit. Just,
they be just popping off at the mouth. That nigga crazy.
I mean, my favorite is when he's like, "Oh, that's what hot in the streets. We letting Usher take our women now." That's what's he. I love Riley. So yeah, Boondocks is another good one. My other favorite, it's Family Guy, American Dad, and I just got into Archer. So.
It seems today that all you see is violence in movies and sex on TV.
Now, all of those, only 2 of those are related, but I'm being greedy and fill those all together because those shows are my shit. Have you ever watched? Do you watch American Dad or Family Guy?
Yeah, Family Guy, more than American Dad, then the Cleveland show too. But I don't know, is Cleveland show still a thing?
It's on Hulu.
Okay.
They only gave that thing like 2 seasons, 3 seasons.
It was 4. But the last one, it was like they checked out. I mean, Seth MacFarlane wasn't even doing the voices and wasn't even writing anymore.
Motherfuckers start going back to Family Guy like every other episode.
We did.
Right.
That shit was funny. I rewatched that recently, and I was like, I forgot how funny that shit was. Rollo was great. Cleveland's dad was an asshole. That was Jim Brown. Did you know that? The voice of Cleveland's dad was Jim Brown, the football player.
Oh yeah, I knew that. It was supposed to look like him too.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, it did look like him.
Yeah. And then the comedian who we did like, but now he irritates us on this podcast, Corey Holcomb. Corey Holcomb is what's her name? Roberta and Rollo's dad.
Yeah.
I realized it. I was like, that nigga sounds just like. I was like, that's Corey Holcomb. So yeah. So off of the high rant there. So we talked movies. Do we have one more?
Another movie? You only did one.
Oh,
movie.
Half Baked. Is the other one, right?
You did, yeah, a lot more. What did you say?
Marijuana is not a drug. I used to suck dick for coke. I seen them. You ever suck some dick for marijuana?
We're sick.
R.I.P. Bob Saget. Some people have not seen it. Half Baked is the perfect get high, eat some fucking bad food, get high again movie. Like there's no expectations. You don't really have to pay attention. I want to talk to Samson. That movie to me is hilarious, and hubby does not think so.
No, I don't. There's funny parts, but it's not as bad as that other movie where they're in the 80s, in the middle of America.
Oh, Napoleon Dynamite?
Yeah, that one's worse.
In the middle of the 80s. He talks, I love Napoleon Dynamite, and he detests
that one was funny as fuck, though. That one was funny.
Yes, it is.
Nope. So, late night movie to get high and watch would be, to me, Belly.
Roll up. Trying to get high.
Like that when it's like it's super late and you just high, like.
Ready? Are you ready?
That's a great one.
What's going on? That is a good movie. R.I.P. to DMX. God damn it. I said R.I.P. 3 times, right?
I don't keep count. I'll start next episode.
I did. John Witherspoon.
That's what
oh my God.
Your version?
I mean, we were just watching clips of it today, actually.
It's funny.
He really had to get. So he's in office.
Yeah, I know,
yeah. Oh, so if you like,
I just never watched it. I just never
Office. Yeah.
Oh, the movie. You have to watch that too. That's like, please tell me you've seen Superbad.
Oh, that shit's crazy. It's just crazy as fuck.
I was about to say, we are having a virtual movie nights, okay?
Fun.
Superbad. We still quote it. Like, McLovin, were you trying to be an Irish R&B singer? I love it so much.
He was down to go get that liquor though for the homie.
He was trying to get some nookie.
You're right. That's what he was trying to get.
And then, he threw up on her, didn't he?
No, the other one did. The skinny one did.
Oh yeah, that's right. He threw up on her.
Mhm.
Oh no, the girl threw up on him. On McLovin.
No, not on McLovin, on the other one. The
No,
blonde one.
the white, because she was like, "Oh, I'm so embarrassed."
Right. She liked him. Little short chick. She liked the blonde kid.
Oh yeah, it was the blind dude
It wasn't
that was
McLovin.
fast.
No one liked McLovin.
Yeah.
And then it was the big dude who was going after the redhead chick.
Yeah.
Yes.
And then it was his friend. The one who said, "What are you wearing a vest for?"
Seth. I mean not Seth.
I don't know his name
You
for
know what I'm
sure.
talking
But he punched the girl's titty, remember? But on accident. In
Yeah.
the hallway. He punched and then he was
The girl threw up on him
I think we're
because it was a
watch this
little
again.
short girl. She liked him, but
With the
then
white
got hella
pants on.
drunk. If
Yeah.
you say so.
And I
I
thought that
don't
she
look
was
at
there
minors'
for
pants.
some movie. They focused on it when he was looking at her ass. I
I
was
was
on the
not
ass
looking
side.
at a minor's ass. Respectfully.
He's so special. Hey, protect yourself. You never know. You never know when they might flip some shit over on you and be like, on his podcast, he said he was looking at a minor in 2008.
Have you seen this movie?
The snozberries taste like snozberries.
What movie is that?
Super Troopers.
Oh, that movie's funny. That's a classic one right there.
That's when they got pulled over and the cops was messing with them and dude ate all the drugs.
Right.
It was in the back of the cop car laying in the glass talking about the schnozberries taste like schnozberries.
He was tweaking.
So high. He was so high.
was
Weed,
tweaking.
mushrooms. He was gone. That movie is hilarious. I didn't like how they tried to make it again. If it's been a generation, nah.
Yeah, that's too late.
You don't need it.
Leave it alone.
Yeah.
But they brought the same guys back. Well, half of them, I think.
Yeah, no, they all did. That's kind of like them doing Clerks.
Yeah.
But that's
their little
that's more of a
acting group.
that's more of a 90s white people thing. So unless you know Jay and Silent Bob, then you have no idea what I'm talking about right now. Clerks was like a 90s movie, right? Like late 90s.
Never saw Clerks. You told me about it.
Yeah.
I saw Jay and Silent Bob.
Yes.
And
Jay
then
and
Jay and
Silent
Silent
Bob
Bob
is another
Strike
good
Back.
one. That's another good high movie. So was White Castle. Harold and Kumar. Yeah. NPH wouldn't do that, man. That's a good one. Yeah. You seen that one too, right?
Which one?
Harold and Kumar go to White Castle.
Yeah. I seen like they had like 3 of them, right?
Yeah. The third one was like, it was
Christmas.
3D and it was a Christmas
alright,
one. Yeah. Yeah. But nothing beats, I mean, the first one when they get Neil Patrick Harris in the car and he wants to go get some muff and just shit like and he was so high. Yeah, that was a good one too. There's actually a lot of good high movies.
When Stabler walks up to him when he was peeing, sits right next to him, like,
Jamie Kennedy.
or Jamie Kennedy, I mean. He went and fucked Stabler's wife.
Yes.
Stabler had the boils
all over his body. Oh, that was so gross. Yeah, so those are some good high movies. But turn on some good Netflix or Peacock. Watch some old good shows like King of Queens. Fucking hilarious. New Girl. Hilarious. I mean, that's one of my favorite shows. That show is fucking good. For hubby,
Sons of Anarchy.
Sons of Anarchy. He's watching it again for at least the 21st time.
I'll probably watch The Wire again this summer if I can find it.
You know, there's some good stuff because you are elevated and you're more in tune when you smoke. So then you pay more attention. Hence why Law and Order is still so good 47 years later. So we got your TV shows covered. We got your movies covered. What food is necessary for you to have when you know you're going to be high at home? What's necessary?
You gotta at least have something to drink to start off with. You gotta have something to quench your thirst. We definitely want to have something quick and easy because you don't want to be fucking around high and shit, you know. I don't want to be high. I want to be sitting over there on the couch watching TV.
Eating dry cereal because you don't want to get up. And,
Go ahead and get that cereal up in the cabinet real quick. Like, that's go to right there. The cereal.
Killing just cinnamon toast crunches, but we have in our house, but just killing it. I did used to like kicks though. When I first was smoking on my own, it was just me and my son. And
what flavor is that? That's not even the flavor though.
Man, you put that good sugar on there. This is when I used to eat like whatever though. Now, man, like
would you eat a
I
bowl
don't
of
think stevia or agave wouldn't be good on there now. So
would you eat a regular bowl of Cheerios?
Man, well, I'm gonna be on Wick. I don't know if you guys have Wick up there.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that's what that good Wick would buy. That is why I used to eat kicks because you could go and buy Cheerios and you could get Honey Nut Cheerios when they expanded. Man, couldn't tell nothing. Tuna and shit, you should be able to get Wick until your kids are graduated. I get jealous now when I see people with Wick. They there with hella beans and fresh vegetables and
yeah, you pretty much get all.
I was like, what about peanut butter and beans? That's what you should be able to get. I mean, they did help with formula though in that time. Shout out to Wick. So so random how we got there. But yeah, so what is like for us, we always have hot links. Like that's just always something.
That's
Starburst gummies.
Yeah.
Oh, those are
Starburst gummies.
That tastes the Skittles gummy though. The Skittles gummies are good though. Slap.
Oh, he likes them. You bought I bought those once, and you were like, "I'll like them," but you like the Starburst more.
Yeah, Starburst real chewy.
Well, during COVID, I became addicted to big chewy sweet tarts. Became addicted to the point that I would tell hubby to go across the street and buy all of the inventory that they had. Because for some time during COVID, I don't know if they were changing the formula or what, but you couldn't find them anywhere. You would think I was finding the golden ticket when I would find them somewhere. And I would come out with just a bag full.
Came back one time with a whole box too.
Like they just got their delivery and he came in and he gave each one of my sons a box. So they kept coming in and just pouring sweet tarts at my feet. And I was like, this is the best thing you've ever done. Thank you so much. Thank you. So it's probably why I've gained like 4 pounds this winter. But pizzas, that's always a go-to. Hamburger patties, that's a little much. That's a little work though. So maybe some steakums.
That's when you go to Nations.
Nations, yes. Or you can get shit delivered now, but that's so expensive.
Yeah, that's what people do too.
He would get so mad at me when I would be like, I just ordered Del Taco. And he's like, for delivery? I'm like, yeah. So I could go to Del Taco and drive through. He would
I could at least eat my fries while they're hot. I keep my fries while they're hot driving back.
Got to, man, because once them fries get, below a certain temperature, they ain't no good, bro.
So we went to Wendy's the other night and we ordered we didn't get a fry. That was for our sons. So we went back in through the drive-thru and the fries that he got were like lukewarm. They gave us the other replacement fries. Hot, so salty and good. We took half of those fries out, put them in our thing. Straight, they put some of ours in our son's container, like mix them together. It was like, here. He didn't buy it. So,
he got COVID. He can't taste nothing right now anyway. He all right.
When he gets a job, he can eat the hot fries. But they were so good the other night. Wendy's fries.
I bet.
And a little frosty.
Fresh. Oh yeah, when it's fresh and hot, that's the best right there. If you don't get it fresh. Right.
Yes.
Good shit.
But sometimes the person we had the other day, just gonna say it the way you see. This boy definitely was special and not Gold Star special, but he used to ride on that short bus. Like he just no emotion on his face. No, no, thank you. No, you're welcome. No, thank you for coming. No,
Oh, this the
I
worker.
felt, yeah, the worker. Yeah. I didn't feel comfortable that he could have ejaculated in the hella mayonnaise that he put on our sandwiches. Like
Right.
we're like dug in his nose and if like, I just didn't feel confident. I mean, I ate the food because the garlic fries are fire after I looked at them and everything. But when we drove away, I was like, that's nice of Wendy's to employ everybody. That is so sweet of them because he was not on there. He was not.
Right.
And he was young too. But yeah, there goes my shit talking. We all know, we all have it. We go to Walmart and we be like, oh, that's so nice. Walmart got somebody's great grandma in here greeting everybody. That is sweet.
Yeah, that was the whole lady's beautiful.
We
I
went,
like,
we went to Walmart the other day and the greeter kept saying goodbye.
No, hello, as we were leaving.
Yes, as we were leaving. And I was like, oh, I don't think she know what side she's on. Like, we had to go back to this Walmart 3 times because the line was ridiculous. And so we went back 3 times and she said hello as I was leaving each time. I think that they should maybe move her to sitting by the soda machines or something. Like let her be in the right area. But she's employed.
Right. I think after that position, there's no more positions out there. This gotta go.
All you could do. You work 45 minutes a day, bam.
Right. They told her she was a greeter, so she's like, all I could say is hi.
Right.
I got hired to be a greeter. When you greet somebody, you say hi.
Right.
What is it? What would you call somebody that would say goodbye?
Greeter?
A closer?
A greeter?
That's not a greeting though, when you say goodbye. Is that a greeting?
It's a salutation.
There you go. The salutationer.
That sounds stupid.
It's Walmart. That fits right into the Wally World culture.
I'm sure the greeter does both saying hi and bye. She just didn't read all of her job description. She just read the job title and stopped. She didn't
when
read
she
everything.
switched sides, she was stuck. She didn't. Yeah. Once again, shout out to Wally World. They are making sure that people that may not be able to be employed. We have no minors anymore. We have no shoe shiners. Like there's no people that go collect leeches because that's how they thought you took care of illnesses back in the day, was to just have a leech, do blood sucking. That was literally a
like
job.
100 years ago? 200 years ago?
Sure. It was still a job. And you know who did it because we didn't do it.
White people.
But they the women would go stand in the leech infested water. They would attach onto them and then they would go and pluck them off.
You
But a
talking
lot of
about
them
Stand By
died.
Me.
No, I'm not talking Stand By. Many of them died because they were losing blood.
With the Phoenix dude. That's 4 RIPs. Ooh.
I've never watched Stand By Me like from beginning to end. Like I've seen bits and pieces. I know
what
you had me watch it, and when we were high though, probably
So
to
wait.
the interlude. Yeah, I know who's in it, but I know the song. I know the point of the movie. I know what happens, but
the song.
I've lived this long. It's okay. I don't have to see it.
What song
Sound
you
like
talking
it's
about?
the Goonies.
You're not talking about the one with
Otis
Freeman.
Redding, right? Stand By Me.
Not Lean on Me.
No, Stand By Me.
Oh, yeah, but that's not the point of the movie.
Not Lean on Me by Club Nouveau. No.
Sure. That's not the point of the movie, though. Like,
So dating myself right now.
Coming to age, they go find the dead body, trying to be his brother, the little brother.
I know all that. I'm not a boy, though, so it doesn't.
They have the eating contest, throw up the pie all over them.
No. Clueless was a coming of age story for me.
Clueless was stupid.
Oh, this is great.
It was dumb.
No. What was the movie with Cher and Winona Ryder? Oh my gosh. Mermaids? That was a coming of age movie. Anywho, off topic again. So before we close out here, I know we kind of mentioned some food, drink. You got to have it all. And most importantly, be around somebody that you love and that loves you. Be around good people. If you want to be by yourself, treat yourself well. Have good conversations. Practice a little self-love, a little self-pampering. Sit down in your house and, I mean, people do this. Don't brush your teeth. Be funky for 3 days. Hey, it's you. It's all you enjoying your Black excellence 3-day vacation in Black History Month. I did, before we take off here, want to shout out what is now my new favorite brand. I'm telling you guys, shout out to Delighted, okay? All week at every demo that I've been doing, if somebody wasn't interested in the brand or product that I had, I'll walk them straight over to the flower. I don't work at these storefronts, but they should have paid me or gave me a free bag or something because I was in there educating on this brand. Delighted. You see that?
Mm-hmm.
It has like a Buddha on the front. Like, I think, yeah, supposed to be like a Buddha. They are
Respectfully, I don't think that's a Buddha.
Yep.
It's just a fat white guy.
I think okay. Yeah, so Delighted Fire California brand. I do know I need to do a little bit more research because I'm telling y'all need to let me be brand educator. Black powder is the strain that we purchased and fell in love, as well as elevated as high as we could be. Fire. Like, I opened it and I was like, babe, smell it. Look at it. I took pictures, slow motion videos. This shit is fire. And what I love about this brand as well is that they're being responsible with their stickering. They're letting you know the percentage of THC, THCA, the cannabinoids, the terps. So they're doing some education and really letting you know that they're utilizing the whole true flower from seed to full maturity. If you have a Delighted, if you see them in any of your storefronts, delivery services, please do yourself a favor. I know everybody is waiting on that good tax return. Go ahead and spend a little bit of that. Treat yourself. They have 5 or 6 strains. 5 or 6 strains that are fire. I know this one is about 40% THC. Their next highest one, I want to say, is 39. They're all, I would say, 35 and above. Now, as an educator, I can't say that without saying THC percentage is important, but that's not what provides the high. So sometimes you can get high as fuck on a 12%, pre-roll, as you can get on a 40. It's all about your body chemistry, the cannabinoids that are used, the processing of it. But we all know that we live in a world of numbers right now and percentage. You guys have been to a storefront. There's infused pre-rolls that are 65%. When I talk about concentrates, we're just talking about flour. So y'all better be serious about this. Don't come ready if you're not ready, because this weed's getting very powerful. So I want you to look for Delighted in your area. If not, hop on the Amtrak, come on down to Sacramento. I don't know why I said Amtrak. And I'll take you on a little tour of Northern California and all of our, especially in the Bay, Black-owned dispensaries, and we do have some here in good old City of Trees. Now, I'm definitely going to take a trip up to Seattle when Southwest has that good old, $42, $50, whatever deal. If you had to pick a strain right away or brands right away to tell me to get, what would that be? Represent one that is in your area, and that's beloved.
I'm gonna say Kim's Cannabis because Big Kurt isn't with us right now.
Oh, there you go. I just noticed that. So I'm sure that he will say that. And I know that he mentioned Binsky as one that he just purchased. But we will put, if he jumps back in and he's able to answer, we'll go ahead and we'll put that in the show notes for you guys. If he didn't want to be on anymore, he just could have said, it's time to go. No. So I want to thank you guys. This was an episode that I was excited to do because I love to learn about the other cannabis communities and other cities, the other brands that are there. Plus, I really love just talking to Big Kurt. He's a lot of fun. Even though he still owes me for losing and he lost bad.
We're gonna send that chip to him though. We'll get that chip to him.
We're gonna do that. Maybe 2, So you guys check him out, please. Big Kurt at Smokinsection Podcast.
Section 420.
Section 420. Yeah, social media. Cloudiest place in the, what do you say? Cloudiest room in the place? There you go.
If not, he should add it.
I know, I'm pretty sure that's what he says though, because I thought that was fire when I first heard it. You guys go check them out. Support other cannabis content creators, podcasters, those of us that are really trying to, like I said, write our small part in history of cannabis and educating all of you out there. So once again, it's your girl, the MariJayne Maven. I miss you guys. Please like, subscribe, share, holler at your girl. Until next time.
But I am the one.